Ms. Johnson, I, of course, heard from you at the ex-parte hearing on June 20th when you acquired the restraining order. Is there anything in addition that you would like to tell me today other than what you talked about on the 20th?
I want to reiterate what we talked about on June 20th. And that is that when someone is making choices to behave unstably and make comments about your physical safety and threaten you in that way, threaten to abduct your children, there is a concern on whether or not Richard is able to make safe choices. And I'm scared. I am very, very scared for my physical safety and Morgan and Noah's. I think that this is all about controlling me, and it's not really about having time with Morgan and Noah.
All right.
And my children are afraid of his anger. They don't want to be subjected to his anger all the time. They don't like it. They can't express themselves freely. They're scared too. It's very volatile when they're with them. You know, they never know what to expect. And they can't express themselves freely. So I just really want to reiterate that the poor choices and the bad behaviors are where the concern for my physical safety of myself and my children are coming from.
All right. Can you describe for me, to some extent, within the last 6 months, what either physical aggression there has been or threats of physical aggression on the part of Mr. Hoffman?
Threats have been a consistent pattern. I mean, when I'm not complying with, whatever Richard thinks is important, then, he threatens to take the kids away, threatens to do whatever with DHS, threatens my ability to be safe on a regular basis because it's a continual pattern of threatening. I mean, I have a whole phone full of text messages threatening me in one way or another. And it has been a continual problem.
And I know that you read some of the messages at the initial hearing. What is it about his behavior that causes you to think that your concern is legitimate?
Because when you tell someone to make arrangements for your children because you're going away, what does that imply? Well, why wouldn't I be afraid of that?
And are there mental health issues that have been part of the relationship in the past?
Yes.
And so what has the mental health issue done in terms of, concern for your safety? Does he act differently when there's a mental health issue? Or
I definitely think there are escalations that are tied to the mental health. Right now, I don't know how compliant or if there is any compliance with medical treatment. And that's scary for me because I don't know what someone's capable of when they're not following their medical treatment.
So what examples of kind of physical aggression or threats of harm or, just the outbursts, anything that you can tell me that's been part of the relationship and primarily in the last 6 months? But
just the yelling in my face and crossing those physical boundaries. Slamming things, on things.
All right. Has he damaged property in the home?
Not in the last 6 months.
Okay, and what about spitting on you, threatening your life? What was that about?
There were times when Rich wasn't being medically treated, and he would escalate for hours on end and hold my older son and I captive and yell and spit and grab and push against walls. It was bad.
Okay, and holding your arms that left bruises.
Yeah, he grabbed my arm and you could see a perfect thumb print of where he grabbed my arm.
And pushing you down when you were pregnant. And has there ever been, other than the threats to take the children, has he threatened to harm the children?
Not indirect comments, but they're evasive type comments.
Like what?
Like with Morgan and Noah both, just threatening that they'll never get to do anything, that he doesn't have to support their extracurricular activities, and that it's not their place as children to require that much energy or exertion, and that it's hard for me to explain. Just give me a second.
And what caused you to come out from Iowa to here?
Well, there are two big things. One is I'm engaged to someone that I've known for a really long time. He lives here. Secondly, I was able to get a transfer with Wells Fargo. So I chose to move here. It's a beautiful place, good place to raise your kids.
Okay.
Chris, my fiance, has a lot of family here, so there's a lot of support for myself and Morgan and Noah.
So you'd been divorced for some time, but you had ongoing contact because of the children. And even after the divorce, were there incidents of like physical aggression or threats?
Yes.
All right. And so, Ms. Weatherly, I'll go ahead and hear from you. If you would just please come up to the witness stand. If you would please, before you sit down, raise your right hand and be sworn.
Under penalty of perjury, do you swear or affirm the testimony you are to give in the matter now and keep the truth, the full truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Thank you. Please take one seat and state your full name and spell your last name.
Okay. My name is Cheryl Weatherly, Weatherly.
All right. And Ms. Johnson, does Ms. Weatherly know what you want her to tell me, or do you have questions for her?
I don't. She doesn't know. She's observed my well-being through this.
Okay.
And
Well, I'll ask her something.
yeah, just ask.
Okay. So, Ms. Weatherly, how do you know Ms. Johnson?
I am Chris's sister, so my brother is her fiance.
All right. And do you know Mr. Hoffman as well?
No, I've never met him actually.
Okay. And so what do you have in terms of information regarding the restraining order that you believe is relevant for me to know today?
I think I've met Morgan and Noah a few times. We had a great time playing together. They're awesome kids. I was at their house when they came home. I can't remember which day it was. Anyway, we were having a yard sale, and they were extremely upset. And Morgan said, I just hate it when my mom and dad are fighting. And I just let her know. I said, sometimes parents fight. Your mom and dad are trying to work things out, and you need to be safe. And she was really distraught about the whole thing and just upset. And Noah, I work in early childhood, and so I could really see he was a little more aggressive and a little more angry than he had been at other times when I had seen him. It just, I mean, you could tell it really wore on them and that it was really difficult. And I know DeeAnn just was upset and distraught about the whole incident and trying to figure out how to keep the kids safe. And so we were there and helped.
So have you been with Ms. Johnson at times when she's expressed any kind of concern about Mr. Hoffman?
Yes, absolutely.
And what was her demeanor like during those times?
She's a very calm person, but she was really afraid. She was talking about how afraid she was that he was going to hurt her mostly, and that the kids, that she felt like their dad was, that really loved them and cared for them, but she just couldn't trust that he was going to make safe decisions.
All right. Mr. Hoffman, do you have any questions for Ms. Weatherly?
No, I'm sorry that we weren't able to meet under better circumstances. And, I understand your observation given your narrow window of what's actually been going on, but it's okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to.
Yeah, right.
That's her observation.
That's right. So that's great. Thank you. You can step down. All right. And now, Mr.